This is Shawn from WOD, and I'm with Chris Masters, the Masterpiece. And you are watching WD on the Boom broadcast. Let's go. Hello, friends, and welcome to today's show. This is a special edition. That's right, special edition of WOD. Brian dropped to you earlier this week than our normal Saturday. We want to give everybody a chance on Saturday to go out, enjoy yourself, enjoy the leftover Thanksgiving food, enjoy all of the festivities in your local area, enjoy the Friday night lights on Friday night, enjoy all the madness of shopping on Black Friday, enjoy all the family who decided on Black Friday not to leave but stay 2 more days because they found out that you were a subscriber to the Peacock Premium to watch WWE with no commercials. So they're going to stay to watch Survivor Series right here at your house. They canceled the flights. They canceled the train ride, the bus ride. They said the car could wait the Sunday before we pull out. So we're going to drop this show early. This is going to be a fun show, probably one of the most fun ones we've done in a long time, because we're going to give you my Survivor Series predictions. As of today's recording, only 3 official matches have been inked for official matches for the card on Saturday at 6 p.m. special start time for Survivor Series. But we know there's going to be additional 6 more matches added to the card. So we're going to guesstimate, use some of that wrestling IQ, wrestling knowledge to give you those 6 other matches that we think could make it to the main card of Survivor Series 2024. Not only that, but between every match, as we count down these 9 matches, we're going to give you my top 10 Thanksgiving movies and my top 10 Thanksgiving dishes in between those breakdowns. So matches, sit back, strap on your seatbelt. It's a special edition of WOD. We had a special edition of Grit and Grind this week. Special edition maybe of It Stinks because so much stuff has gone on that we want to talk about, but that may be coming out this week or either next week. We'll definitely be letting you know. It's WOD time. It's your boy. It's Thanksgiving. I got pilgrims. I got Indians. I got pumpkin pie, and I got a whole lot to be thankful for on this episode of WOD. Hope you enjoyed hearing the theme song and my good friend Chris Masters bringing us in for WOD Thanksgiving special edition today. We only have 9 matches, but as we stated earlier, we're going to be doing the top 10 Thanksgiving movies and dishes for your Thanksgiving as we break down the 9 matches. So we're going to do an honorable mention and do my 10 movie and food. Then we'll jump into match 9, movie and food, and continue on till we get to the main event and the main card. So for my number 10 food for Thanksgiving, I just kept it simple on this one. What is Thanksgiving, friends, on WOD, brothers and sisters of the Boom Broadcasting, brothers and sisters of the internet wrestling community, brothers and sisters of the podcast YouTube community? What is Thanksgiving without cranberry sauce and stuffing? That's right, my number 10 on the list, the easiest one, 2 dishes that you cannot mess up. The cranberry sauce, you just go get it. You put it on chill in the refrigerator. You wait about an hour or 2, bring it out, serve. The stuffing, you put it together, you bake it, throw it in the oven. Few minutes later, hey, stuffing is ready to go, and you put some gravy on top of it when you make that Thanksgiving plate. Now, my number 10 movie for Thanksgiving, let's go back to 1993. Or possibly 1996. I forget one of those years that movies dropped. I get confused with both of them because they drop on odd numbers. But it's the Addams Family Values. Classic movie, plays every Thanksgiving, does not have a Thanksgiving theme, but it's pretty much centered around Wednesday at a camp, a summer camp that does a lot of things regarding to Thanksgiving. One of my all-time favorites. Look for every Thanksgiving. Soon as the Macy's parade is over with, the Philadelphia parade is over with, right before we have that 1 o'clock kickoff with the Detroit Lions. Try to find time to sneak in this movie before kickoff. Now let's jump to number 9, my food, movie, and the match at number 9 on our Survivor Series WOD Thanksgiving tradition breakdown. Number 9 for the food. Oh, we also had an honorable mention before number 10. I got to shout that out. The honorable mention was fish. It's nothing like a Friday night coming home from a football game on some Friday night lights over in the Carolinas, round 3 of the playoffs in North Carolina high school football, and having some hot cooked trout, flounder, snapper, croaker, mahi, catfish, having that fried, having some coleslaw, having some french fries and hush puppies to eat that night to get me ready for the weekend, because we just had all that turkey on Thursday, so I get to spill that over on a Friday night and have me some fresh fish ready to eat coming home from a good hot Carolina game. Now, jumping to number 9. My number 9 Thanksgiving dish is another easy one that anybody can cook it. It's not hard. Mashed potatoes or rice with gravy. Whether you choose turkey gravy or brown gravy, it is perfect. Some people eat without gravy. It's been times I eat it without gravy. Now, rice I can't eat. I can't eat rice without gravy. I prefer not to, because it's nothing like having that brown gravy, whether it's Pioneer, whether it's McCumber's, whether it's homemade gravy that Granny makes in the house off of the stove with flour and water and all that good stuff she puts in it to make it real nice. Whether it's that, it's nothing like mashed potatoes, rice, and gravy on Thanksgiving Day to go with that Thanksgiving meal. Now leading me to my number 9 movie on Thanksgiving. Doesn't matter what channel you on. This one probably will play on TBS or A&E or TNT that day. And it is Rocky 1. Now, they may not do a Rocky marathon, because you have some people after the parade goes off who don't want to watch football. They have no care about wanting to know anything about football, so they'll watch Rocky. And it's nothing like starting your Thanksgiving meal off, being thankful with all the ones you gather around with the best ultimate underdog movie besides Rudy on TV, which is Rocky 1. The ultimate underdog, Rocky Balboa, played by Sylvester Stallone. You heard me talk about him on Tulsa King. Played in that movie, goes against Apollo Creed, the loudmouth, flashy champ, and takes the champ the distance. Setting up a Rocky 2, a Rocky 3, a Rocky 4, a Rocky 5, a Balboa. Then you got Creed 1, Creed 2, Creed 3. You can spend your entire day from Rocky 1 to Creed 3 and just binge watch every one of them. You don't want to watch football. You got Rocky. Every one of them tells that story. A great, great movie to watch on Thanksgiving Day. Great dish, mashed potatoes and gravy, rice and gravy. Now leading us to our match for the number 9 spot. This is probably a match you'll see on the pre-show. Will not make the main card, especially with a 6 o'clock kickoff. It is the match featuring a traditional Survivor Series match. What is the Survivor Series premium live event, WOD fans, without an elimination Survivor Series match? That's what this premium live event was based on. Really wish it could go back to the old ways, but we can't. But we can just phantom about them and think about it and go back and watch it on the Peacock of the old days. Remember when they had those Survivor Series matches, 5 of them? And then they had that 1 year that the people that won ended up being on the ultimate team. So you had the $1 Million Man on this stacked team versus Tito Santana, Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan, and all of them came back to beat this ultimate stacked team. Would like to see that come back, but we got WarGames, which is a whole lot better right now for this generation of watchers for WWE products. So you're going to have the Wyatt 6 and Miz you're going to have Final Testament and Miz versus the Wyatt 6.
This is a match that the Wyatt Six should just win, hands down. It will be the five guys from the Wyatt Six. It will not be Abigail. It will be all the other five versus match. I hate to see the Final Testament lose a match like this, but you're not putting this match on the pre-show to have the Wyatt Six lose this match. Wyatt Six wins this match and would not be surprised if all five survive. Miz is the one who takes the final fall for the Final Testament. Hate to see that to the Final Testament because I really like Karrion Kross. I really like Karrion Kross. And everybody knows I'm a Miz guy. But, the shoes got to fit. Somebody's got to wear it. It's going to be Miz and Final Testament. Now let's go to number 8. Number 8 on my list for movie and food. And we'll do the movie first, then the food. We're going to flip flop it. Stick with me, WOD. We're having fun. This is a special edition. Is cornbread. Nothing like Granny whipping up that blue box Jiffy cornbread in that bacon dish. You can smell it a mile away. The aroma's in the air when you walk into the kitchen. You just know that Jiffy blue box white label cornbread is being baked right there in the house. Nothing like it. Perfect for Thanksgiving. Enjoy it every year. Look forward to it every year. I'm not a big cornbread eater. Now, will I eat hush puppies and cornbread? Yeah, but I like it fried. You know me, if you're cooking the fish, like I said on Friday night, you got the coleslaw, the fries in the grease, you got the hush puppies by Accent Bill dropped in there, this frying, this, all salivating together. But it's nothing like that homemade Jiffy cornbread on a Thanksgiving meal. Lead me to my number 8 movie that comes on. One right there, a lot of people probably have not seen. It's a sleeper one. It's one of those ones that come on TV, but you say, this that may not be me, but actually a good movie and a funny movie. Spike Lee, She's Gotta Have It. Mars Nola. Everybody knows the story. Nola's caught in a love triangle with Mars and 2 other guys. She invites them all over to her Brooklyn apartment on Thanksgiving Day for Thanksgiving dinner. It's pretty much a fiasco, man, but it is true Spike Lee comedy at its best. All-time favorite. Very one of my favorite movies with both my old sisters. Definitely watch this on Thanksgiving. You can always catch them in one of the rooms so they come on watching this movie. So this is a good one right here to watch on Thanksgiving. It is about Thanksgiving. Lead me to my match. So we gotta have a title match. What not the best way? And this is not on the card. This could be a Saturday night main event match, but I think it'll make the Survivor Series card. What not the best way? We just had the Survivor Series elimination match on the pre-show at 6. It's 7 o'clock. We just saw the Then, Now, and Forever. The crowd is jacked. We're ready to go watching it at home on TV. And we open up with L.A. Knight. U.S. title match versus Shinsei Nakamura. Would be a great match for Survivor Series. Every week, you feel like L.A. Knight, since winning the title, I thought he was getting a little weaker. And I'm an LA Knight guy. But every time I watch SmackDown, soon as his music hits around about that mid-session SmackDown, that 9:30, 9:45, which I call that, that 8:30, 8:45, think about Raw. That 8:30, 8:45, that little hot pocket of SmackDown where, you kind of like, you had a good start, slow down, now we're in the middle, let's build it back up. His music hits and the crowd goes wild. Really like Nakamura playing this role right now of this evil, just demented, dark side of him. I think this is when we get Nakamura at his best. I always say Nakamura is a better heel than face. He is. He knows how to work that heel persona. He knows how to work as a heel. I think heel Nakamura works in WWE and face Nakamura works for New Japan. And I think so many times WWE tries to make him a face, give him the U.S. title, give him an Intercontinental title, put him on a run, but we just lose what gravitates us towards Nakamura. Now with him being this heel, this dastardly heel that's just playing these psychotic mind games with LA Knight, it's going to lead to good storytelling over the next couple pay-per-views. You could stretch this out to Saturday Night Main Event, Royal Rumble. Have Nakamura cost LA Knight a Final Four spot in the Royal Rumble and spill it over to Mania. That's how long this feud can run. If they started now and run it all the way to Mania, I would not be mad because Nakamura can keep your attention as a heel. As a face, no. But as a heel, he can keep your attention for that month span. Now let's jump over to our next one. So we did food and movie. So let's go movie, then food for number 7. Number 7, traditional Thanksgiving movie on every TNT, TBS channel throughout the day. Four Brothers. Tyrese, Mark Wilbur, and Garrett Hewlin. Good movie about four brothers who saw their mother get shot and take avenge on themselves to go find the killer. Thanksgiving movie because it's set around that Thanksgiving time when this movie is portrayed. Good movie right here. You know, anything when you get Mark Wahlberg and Tyrese together is going to be a classic. Another good Thanksgiving movie that you can watch on Thanksgiving. If you're one of those people who don't want to watch football, flip around. These movies are on. Check them out. Now leading me to my number 7 meal for Thanksgiving. And this meal, you can get it anywhere in the America, all over the world. But it's only one state that has mastered this meal. And I had it in the Carolinas. I had it in VA. I had it in Tennessee. I had it everywhere. But it's something about when I go to this one state. And I go down to southern Georgia. I'm talking about down there by Georgia University. You got to go past Atlanta. Keep going south. You got to get down there by Albany, Georgia. And you get green bean casserole. Something about people in southern Georgia, they just know how to make green bean casserole. If you ever been down there for a Georgia Bulldog game, if you ever get down to Albany, if you ever get down in southern Georgia, find somebody on a Sunday or Saturday. Find that mom and pop's diner, that hole in the wall diner, and ask them for a green bean casserole. They're going to have one out there for you. They're going to cut you out one, and you're going to say, my God, this is the best green bean casserole I ever had in my life. Green bean casserole is my number 7. Only Southern Georgia style is the only way I'll eat it. Now leading me to my number 7 match. We just had a hot opening with LA Knight and Nakamura, so we got to cool it down. And why not cool it down with a good feud going on Monday Night Raw? Chad Gable and Rey Mysterio. This is going to be a good match. You feel like Chad Gable said, starting this new faction, you really thought he was going to just take off. I really am a Gable guy. I wanted him to take off, but it has been slower than what I wanted. You got Ivy now. You got the Creed brothers. You got everything you need to take off with this faction. It just have not taken off how we wanted. Why not start it at a premium live event, having Chad Gable go over a Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio, to build him up with this heel level, to build him up to get to an Intercontinental title, or to build him up if you put the heavyweight title on a face to get there. This is how it starts. You got to pull the cart off the engine. You got to pull the car off the track right now. You got to start the engine. This is the match to start the engine to get Chad Gable going. Chad Gable over Rey Mysterio. Now, our number 6 movie and food we'll do the movie first. Garfield Thanksgiving. What is Thanksgiving without the king of eating himself in cartoons, Mr. Garfield, John Arbuckle, Odie, and the whole gang, and a Garfield's Thanksgiving? Probably one of the funniest ones out there. You need a good laugh. You want to get the kids around. You want to get the smaller ones around. They can't watch the other movies. You can put on Garfield's Thanksgiving. And guess what? You can laugh as soon as it starts. It's nothing like seeing our favorite orange cat, who only does 3 things: eat, sleep, and watch TV. What a lovely life for my man Garfield. I'm envious of you, Garfield. I'm jealous. I wish I could have that life. Eat, sleep, and watch TV. But that is my movie right there, Garfield Thanksgiving, all-time classic. You will laugh from the start to the end. It's Garfield. It can't get no funnier than our good friend Garfield. Now leading us to our number 6 meal. Mixed veggies. You gotta have those veggies on Thanksgiving. Squash, zucchini. You gotta have carrots. You gotta have candy yams, sweet corn, broccoli, and cheese. all of the above. You gotta have that stuff on the plate. It balances out the meal. You just can't carve out with starches. You gotta have some balance. That's what those greens are: the squash, the zucchini, the carrots, the mixed vegetables, the sweet corn, the green beans. If you don't have the casserole, regular green beans, whether it's French or Italian or stout, however you want them, the sweet corn and the broccoli and the candy yams, you gotta have it. It's nothing like Thanksgiving without those mixed veggies to balance out that meal. Because guess what? You're eating carbs and starch all day. You're eating heavy protein. Give me some of those greens and keep it mean. Now leading us to our next match. Let's pick it back up. If I'm Triple H, I'm producing Survivor Series. I'm Shawn Michaels. I'm Paul Heyman. I'm sitting in the gorilla position. I got on the headset. I want to pick it back up. Ron Breakker, Ludwig Kaiser, Sheamus. Triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. And I'm going to be so upset at myself on this pick. But I got to make it. You want Braun to come out as a champ, but you're starting to look at the clock on Sheamus. Can Sheamus go another 3 to 4 years? He looks like it, but you never know what could happen. Barring injuries, not trying to jinx anything, but barring injuries, anything could happen. This is the night to send the Celtic Warrior out on the sunset, being a grand champion, winning everything in WWE. Everybody knows that's been the story that's been told, is the IC title is the only thing Sheamus has not won. World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champions, Tag Champions with numerous partners. My favorite one was The Bar. He's been a U.S. champ, King of the Ring, Royal Rumble winner. He's done it all except the IC title. We don't know how long he can survive. Sheamus has been one of those ones who have not been plagued with the injury bug. If he got injured, he kind of came back within 3 to 4 months. He's never been one of those ones that's been out a year. Right now's the time to do it. You don't know how long you got with Sheamus. I would say put the IC title on him now. Have Braun come back and win it at Saturday night main event. Sheamus gets that well-deserved send-off. Even though he's not going to retire, you can start to look at accolades and say, he did it all in WWE. We know he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. We know that. But we can say he's done it all. He's won everything a male competitor can win. And he'll be on that same level with The Miz. The Miz has conquered that list of winning every title a male competitor can win. Let's give it to Sheamus. Why not on a premium live event? Why not Survivor Series 2024? Now let's jump over to number 5, movie and dish. We're going to start with the dish first, then the movie, then the match. My number 5 is apple pie. That's right, in the Carolinas. On Thanksgiving, we eat apple pie. But we eat other stuff too besides apple pie. We eat sweet potato pie. We eat that world famous banana pudding. And you heard podcast Smitty talking about his world famous banana pudding. Yes, we eat that over here in the Carolinas. We eat peach cobbler. But you can't forget my favorite dish of all when we're talking desserts and sweets. When I go to the sweet table on Thanksgiving, it better be up there, because if not, I get upset and I go find the nearest ingredients to start baking. Or I go find the nearest store that's still open where everybody's in their pack, waiting to get in, waiting to get out. Lines are packed because everybody's trying to forget those last minute things on Thanksgiving Day that you forgot to buy on Thanksgiving Eve to cook that you need. Funny episode, The Cosby Show. Go watch for Bill Cosby has to go out and buy all that stuff for Thanksgiving that they keep forgetting. It's pumpkin pie. You gotta have the pumpkin pie. It's not Thanksgiving without the pumpkin pie. It makes the meal. So that is my dish right there for number 5, the apple pie, the sweet potato pie, the peach pie, not peach pie, the peach cobbler, banana pudding, and pumpkin pie. Now leading me to my number 5 movie. This movie comes on every Thanksgiving. Grumpy Old Men. You just want to sit back and laugh. And just laugh from start to finish. Turn on Grumpy Old Men and tune in. It's just gonna laugh. We use so many Grumpy Old Men references at work with some of our coworkers. That's why they fall out after we use so many references from the movie of Grumpy Old Men with some of my coworkers at my job. Outstanding movie. You're gonna laugh the entire time from start to finish. Now lead me to my number 5 match. So now we gotta kind of start looking at it's time to start separating these matches. So here's a good time to separate. Before we get ready to move into that main card, you need that midway match. The midway match for me right now, the tag team title match. Not an official match, but I could see it being an official match on Monday night, made for the Saturday pay-per-view. Judgment Day, Finn Balor and JD versus the Viking Warriors. Judgment Day's got to come out with a win on this one. Finn Balor and JD, no. I'm going to scratch that live on there. Viking Warriors win the title. They have not held a long title run in a long time. Seems like every time they get ready to get on the road to become the champs, one of them gets hurt, whether it's Ivar or Eric. I feel like this is the Viking Warriors' time. And you feel like Judgment Day with the tag titles kind of just been holding them. It's about like a placeholder, just stale right now. Viking Warriors win the tag titles on Survivor Series. Our next food and movie and match, and we're getting to number 4. I'm going to start with the food on this one again before I go with the movie, because the food makes the movie that makes it to the match. Eastern Carolina turkey barbecue, or pork barbecue if you like pork barbecue. It's nothing like Thanksgiving with some Eastern Carolina turkey barbecue or pork barbecue. I'm not talking that mess we get up there in the mountains when I go to the mountains, that Western Carolina barbecue. I'm not talking that right there. I'm not talking what I get when I stop in Greensboro, Winston-Salem, that Piedmont barbecue sandwich. We're not talking that. We're talking right here in my backyard, Eastern Carolina barbecue, where we know how to do barbecue the right way. It's nothing like that vinegar in that barbecue, those spices in that barbecue. Put a little hot sauce on it if you like Pete's made for meat, or using some of that old school right here in our neck of the woods, homegrown, made George's barbecue for that turkey barbecue to put on that sandwich. You gotta have it's another one of those meals that you gotta have on that plate when you're talking Thanksgiving. Eastern Carolina barbecue, not Western Carolina, not Piedmont Carolina, not West Virginia barbecue, not Tennessee barbecue, not Georgia barbecue, not even South Carolina barbecue. I'm talking Eastern Carolina barbecue. Leading us to our next match. So now we got to get ready to start shifting gears on the program. We got to get the crowd going. Let's lower those war game cages. Let's put the ladies in there and let's go. So now you got the ladies war game match. You got Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley versus Liv Morgan, the champ for Raw. Raquel Rodriguez, both of them represent the Judgment Day. Nia Jax, the champ on SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton, Mrs. Money in the Bank, and Candice LeRae, the Poison Pixie. This is going to be a good match. Yes, this is going to be a good match. Because Candice LeRae will take the fall. Tiffany Stratton will pin Liv or Nia after this match. I won't be surprised if she walks out and Mrs. Money in the Bank now is Mrs. Champion. This is the whole plot of this match. We never seen a Money in the Bank cashed in after a women's War Games match. Both women are in the match with the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. It would be ludicrous for her not to cash in, especially if they get beat down and they're hurt and they're weak right now and wounded, for her to take advantage. And I would be shocked if she would cash in on Liv. And they keep building this thing with her and Nia as champions on both brands. Nia comes over to Raw sometimes. Tiffany will be on Raw. And then you get that champion versus champion match with a Tiffany Stratton that's a baby face and not a heel. Have her start converting over to be a baby face and have a baby face run. I can see this happening. You don't have both champs and the Money in the Bank briefcase holder in a match without somebody coming out of this match with a new champion. This is the opportunity. I hear it knocking. Tiffany Stratton better take advantage of it in this match. Now, leading us down, we're getting to the top three movies. Top three. Oh, we forgot our movie for number 4. Oh, yeah. Our number 4 movie. Not a Thanksgiving movie, but a movie that comes on TV that I watch on Thanksgiving. It comes on A&E in that run when A&E is just dumping them out. They're dumping them out. Weekend at Bernie's. Filmed right here in the Carolinas. Filmed down in Wilmington, Big 8 Island, Wrightsville Beach, all that little beach area down there. A funny movie, all-time classic. One of my favorite all-time classics. If I need a pick-me-up laugh, I'm turning on Weekend at Bernie's, and I'm just laughing from the start to finish. Not a movie that turned out to be a comedy. It was more like, one of those comedy movies, but it had a little rough edge in it. Bernie gets killed. But what makes the movie so funny is that Bernie, still as a dead man, participates in all these events down at the beach. He's going to the campfire, the bonfire. They have the parties in his house. He's in the party sitting on the couch, and he's dead. One of my all-time classics, one of my go-tos. That's my number 4. Not a Thanksgiving movie, but one of those ones that do run on Thanksgiving Day that you'll see just slide in that mid-pocket rotation. You're like, hey, man, we getting the birds on? Let me watch a little bit of this, give me a quick laugh while you're cooking that turkey, while you're cooking that ham, while you're frying that chicken. Now lead me to number 3, food, movie, and match. We just had the Women's WarGames match. We just seen Tiffany Stratton cashing her Money in the Bank on either Liv or Nia, but my pick is Liv and walks out as the Women's Champ of Raw. Now lead me to number 3. My number 3 movie is just like Weekend at Bernie's. Not a Thanksgiving movie, but one of those movies that you will see come on Thanksgiving because it'll be in that rotation of just movies playing back to back to back that you watch. Another one of my all-time favorites, played by Tom Hanks. I could watch this movie start to finish. It's some Tom Hanks movies I know word for word. Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump should have made the list. And a lot of people probably thinking I'm talking about Forrest Gump at number 3. But I'm not talking about Forrest Gump. Castaway. Castaway comes on every Thanksgiving around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock on one of these channels. And I sit back, and before the game comes on, I watch it. Or either after the game comes on, I'll go back and watch it on DVR. One of those movies I know word for word. It's just the Castaway. It's just the movie. It's the thinking, the puzzling. You're out there stuck on the island. You got to be a survivor. You got to be a castaway. It's nothing that we as people like to see. The survivor find a way to survive and live off the land. He has his best friend, Wilson, that he talks to so he doesn't lose his mind. Just an outstanding movie played by Tom Hanks. And one of my all-time favorites that you will see come on Thanksgiving. You just got to go find it. Now leading to the number 3 food, and we are getting down to the nitty-gritty when we're talking food. It is a Thanksgiving without the greens. Collard greens, cabbage, mustard, salad, whatever you choose. You do kale, let's go for it. Gotta have the greens. I told you, green keeps us being green and a protein. Gotta have those greens. Cannot have Thanksgiving without those collard greens, cabbage, mustard salad, kale. You can't have it. Gotta have them. All-time list on my list. Gotta have those greens. Now leading me to our next match. We had the women's title match. So let's have a world heavyweight title match. Damian Priest and Gunther for the world heavyweight title. Gunther wins. Priest puts up another spectacular match. But now Priest, now that he's had his title run, we gave him his thank you for the hard work that he did as a champ and the hard work he done not as a champ, working those dark show matches. I've been to a bunch of Raws, bunch of live shows that he worked those dark show main events on the house shows, working those those main events on house shows that I saw. We gave him his flowers. We gave him that world heavyweight title match. Could it have been longer? Would have loved it to have been longer. But did it sustain its time? Of course, yes, it did. But now it's Gunther's time. It's Gunther's time. Gunther wins this match another clean victory over Priest, and you rub off that crown jewel loss against Cody and start back pushing Gunther where you start by saying he's the guy that's gonna be the guy for a while. Gunther over Priest. Now down to number 2, movie, food, and our match. We're gonna do the movie first. It's not Thanksgiving without playing one Christmas movie on Thanksgiving. We all know what it is. This is the movie that they're gonna play on Freephone. It's gonna officially kick off the holiday season in the world. It's Home Alone 1. Kevin is home alone. We know the deal. The wet bandits break in. He saves the house. He saves everything. Saves the neighborhood. All-time classic. One of my other favorites. One of my go-tos around the holidays when I want to laugh. It's nothing like seeing this kid, Kevin Arnold, just outsmart these two grown men. And I remember when I was a kid and this movie came out, like, I used to be so prepared. I was just like Kevin. I had me a booby trap list made up, a paper like all these little booby traps I could make with all my toys. So if anybody tried to break into a house and I'm home by myself, I got race cars by the window. I got the charcoal lighter on the doorknob. I got the fire starter thing on the doorknob. I got a lot more gas. I got oil. You know, as a kid, we should not have been watching that movie because it helped us prepare for the worst case scenarios to protect the house. Because like Kevin said, this is my house. I have to protect it. So I was prepared as a kid. Hey, that movie opened up my eyes of how to protect my house. Now lead to my number 2 food. We just had the collard greens. We had the cabbage. We had the mustard salad. We had the kale, whatever your choice is. We had the greens. We got to get the all-time starch when it's time to eat. Mac and cheese. You got to have the mac and cheese on Thanksgiving. What's a Thanksgiving without the homemade mac and cheese? Whether you use elbows, shells, ziti, panay. I seen it, mac and cheese is elbow and shells. But my friends over here in the Carolinas, we have made mac and cheese with ziti before. We have made it with panay. We made it with rigatoni. We made it with tricolor panay, tricolor rotoni. We done it all. We have done all experimenting. That's what we have done. But you gotta have the elbows and shells. You gotta have that hoop cheese. If you know about that hoop cheese, drop me a comment in the comment box. Tell me what you know about hoop cheese. You gotta have that hoop cheese with the red rind around it. That you gotta take an old butcher knife just to peel it off to put in the macaroni and cheese. You gotta have the milk in it to make it. Love the homemade macaroni and cheese. Now to our number 2 match. We got to have a main event because we know what the ultimate main event is. So now we got to have the other main event, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. If they decide to run it on Survivor Series, this is going to be one of our main events. If not, they'll run on Saturday night main event, and that will be the main event. But I feel like a match with this much magnitude, you're fighting in Canada, in Kevin Owens' backyard. You're not going to give KO the win. It's going to be a DQ to lead up to Saturday night main event, but you want KO to have a good showing. And would we be upset if KO cheated to win this match, a non-title match, beat Cody? No, it'll be for the title. Yeah. You can't do it. You can't do it. Wish it was a non-title match. Then I could go in that scenario. Have him win the non-title match to set up a title match at Saturday night main event that Cody gets his receipt. But if the title's going to be on the line, it's probably going to be on the line because it's going to be a premium live event. You're not going to have Cody lose. Kevin gets DQ. They fight against Saturday night main event. Cody goes over. But Kevin will be DQ. But Kevin needs to have a good outing in Canada in his backyard for this match. Now lead us to number 1 for everything. And like I said, we had some honorable mention shows. The Cosby Show, not Halloween. The Cosby Show Thanksgiving one episode is a all-time Thanksgiving show you'll see on TV. It's so many other Thanksgiving shows. Friends Thanksgiving episode will be on TV. It's so many. Seinfeld Thanksgiving episodes will be on TV that day. But our number 1 movie, dish, and of course we know what our main event is, will be, let's start with the movie. It's not Thanksgiving without a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. The ultimate Thanksgiving movie, the ultimate go-to for Thanksgiving. It's the symbolizer of the Macy's parade, the symbol of the Philadelphia parade. You're not going to see that parade presented without a Charlie Brown float in it, a Woodstock float, a Snoopy. That's going to be in both of them. It's the ultimate movie for Thanksgiving. It's nothing like seeing Charlie Brown serve popcorn, toast, and cereal to Peppermint Patty, Marcy, and Franklin on Thanksgiving Day. And having Peppermint Patty, who's his best friend, invite all these people over for a Thanksgiving dinner, expecting to have the turkey, the yams, the collard greens, the cabbage, the mac and cheese, the rolls, the sweet potato pie, the pumpkin pie, expecting all that. And Charlie Brown said, I don't know how to cook. All that I do is make toast cereal, toasted cereal popcorn. And he feeds that to him. But the ultimate lesson is they end up going with Charlie Brown to his grandmother's house to have Thanksgiving dinner, and he takes his friends. The Peppermint Patty learns, because that's the first time that Charlie Brown steps up and stands his ground to Peppermint Patty. Well, he does not stand his ground. Marcy does that by saying, Peppermint Patty, you were wrong by inviting all these people to Charlie Brown's house and just kind of, women it on them and not giving them time to prepare. Ultimate lesson to learn in that episode right there, one of my favorites. Watch it ever since I was a kid, from 1 year old all the way to where I'm at now in age. It's never a holiday season I don't go by without watching Charlie Brown's Halloween, Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown's Christmas, and Charlie Brown's New Year's Eve show. Watch them every time. Continue the tradition on. That is my number one movie. Now leading us to the main event of the night, what we all been waiting for. We got WarGames again. We got 5-on-5. A few weeks ago on WOD, I said you didn't need 5-on-5. Let's go 4-on-4 with Tonga, Jacob, Solo, Usos, Sammy, Reigns. 4-on-4. We didn't need 5. Well, we got 5. And I will tell you, I was wrong. Right here on WOD, I will admit it, I was wrong. 5 is what we needed because we got the right 2 number 5s. Bringing in Big Bronson Reed to the bloodline, Solo's bloodline, was a very good move. As I stated before, if anybody needed this rub, needed this little nod, needed this little keep up the good work, we need you right now, it was Bronson Reed. I feel like Bronson Reed's just been on a wave course throughout WWE. He's up high, then he's down low, back up, down low, but this is where he needed to be around championship caliber talent. Yes, he did the match with Braun Strowman. It was okay. Lost. Did the match with Seth. It was okay. Ended up losing, ended up winning. He ended up winning, but he needed this rub. This rub was like the one you need before you get ready to go to the next level. I feel like this was the push. Bring it in CM Punk and not Cody. Liking that Jay reference, just ask Cody, Roman. Roman saying, that's old news, old history. Been there, done that. That was a good call. I really felt like Cody did not need to be involved in this bloodline vortex. Bringing in Punk. And you got to remember, they planted the seeds for this several months back when Punk came to SmackDown and said before he was a wise man, he was an advocate. Talking about he was an advocate for CM Punk and Brock Lesnar. Now people said, hey, there's been a lot of talk. Brock Lesnar's coming back. Do you want Brock Lesnar to come in a WarGames match? You don't. Because Brock Lesnar is better built to come back at a Rumble. You put him in his WarGames match, he's got to run through both of the Tongans. He's got to run through Jacob. He's got to run through Bronson and Solo. You just killed all 5 of these people. You killed them in a matter of one match. Because Brock, that's the aura that Brock brings to the ring, being gone for these past 2 years, 2.5, 3 years that he's been out, that his first match back has to be pure domination. jumping in and just kicking names and taking butt. Taking that. I can't even say it no more. I used to say it perfect. Taking names and kicking butt. That's what he has to do. That's not what you want in this match. You want a good physical war games match with 5 people who are going to wrestle, do some high spots, do some nice dangerous stuff, maybe bring in some weapons, and keep it simple. Brock is better suited to return at the Royal Rumble because you can bring him in at like number 5 or 10, number 12. Have him eliminate the next 5 to 6 people when they come in, out. Have him come in, there's 3 or 4 people in the ring, get rid of all 4 of them and just sit on the turn. And then just sit there like Stone Cold did on the turnbuckles. Who's next? Come on, out. Who's next? Come on, out. Who's next? Come on, out. You can do that with Brock and feed him those R-truths. Feed him some of those undercard guys on NXT, some of those undercard guys on Raw. You can feed them Ludwig Kaiser. You can feed them the guys in Santo Escobar's group. You can feed them Santo Escobar. You can feed them the guys out of Final Testament. That's what you need with Brock, not in this match. They got it right. Bringing in Punk. Punk's a wild card. He's going to come in. He's going to be able to work, sell everything you need. You don't need domination. You just need the OTC bloodline to win. And hey, let's just say Punk or Sammy can take the fall. I don't see that happening with Punk on their team. Bring back Paul Heyman. They built this for Roman to regain his throne. Now, could this set up that Punk helps Roman, setting up a Punk and Roman match later down the road, saying, since I helped you, I want a match one-on-one. This is something I want in return. That could be what we get on a Saturday night main event anywhere. Could be something we get at the Royal Rumble on maybe one of those mid-card pay-per-view premium live events. That's what you can get. But good match. I was wrong when I said 4. They hit 5 right. Bronson Reed's going to get that snub. He's going to get that rub. He's already getting it with a good win over Self, thanks to help to the bloodline. Bring it in Punk now. So now you can have Paul Heyman manage Punk, the bloodline OTC, and Brock. Manage all 3 of them. And we got to see Paul get over to Raw and get to Braun Breaker. I feel like Braun Breaker is Paul's next guy. That with Paul Heyman under the tutelage for Braun Breaker, he will shoot Breaker. Breaker's already at the moon. He'll shoot him past the moon to Mars. That's what I feel right there and that. So you just heard my top 10 movies, my top 10 foods for Thanksgiving, my top 10 movies Thanksgiving, my top 10 foods Thanksgiving, and all of my winners for the Survivor Series matches. You just heard it all right here on WOD. Have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy the food, enjoy the fellowship, enjoy the friendship with all your loved ones around, whether it's friends and family. Enjoy that. Enjoy your Black Friday shopping. If you're going to go out in the madness, you don't have to go out at midnight no more. Stuff starts getting so early throughout the week that you can buy online and buy in the stores. Enjoy your Black Friday. Enjoy your Survivor Series. Enjoy your Cyber Monday. Enjoy hanging up those Christmas decorations, put up the Christmas tree on Thanksgiving the day after. Enjoy doing all that with your friends and family. This is Shawn. This is WOD. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week in December. Hi, friends. Did you like that video? Then guess what you can do? You can subscribe to the Boom Broadcasting Network. And what are you waiting for? You should have been subscribed. We have so much content. Out of Pocket with the President, Quick Hits with the Fastest Professor on Boom Broadcasting, Podcast Smitty. We have the Gridiron Address every Sunday after the 4 o'clock games. The Drop the Mic Wrestling Podcast on Wednesday. The Man Behind the Mic. 3 from Deep, Sideline Savants, Lombardi Party, It Stinks movie and TV show review, WOD on Saturday mornings, and then don't forget every night at the Raw, AEW SmackDown, or any premium live event, my good friend Mouthing Off with Mike goes live with the Nightcap, and you never know who's coming by the Nightcap to co-host with them and just talk about what they saw on the TV. Don't forget, on Saturday at the Survivor Series, special edition of the Nightcap will drop with Mouthing Off with Mike and a host of panels that evening to talk about the Survivor Series 2024 WarGames match. Also, friends, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, Hit that bell notification. Give us a thumbs up if you like our content so we can continue to give you more. This is Shawn from the Boom Broadcast.